You're so bossy. Calm down. Be more ladylike. You're the new intern, right? While many legal protections exist against gender discrimination in the workplace, women still face implicit barriers and stereotypes throughout the leadership positions they hold. Sure, no one will tell you flat out that you can't lead just because you're a woman, but someone might call you pushy or argumentative when you try and state your point. Some seemingly benign things, like omitting a title or assuming a superior is male, are unintentionally done, and they're also often done without malintent, but nonetheless characterize women in leadership roles and how they pursue those roles in the first place. In recent years, women have continued to defy gender stereotypes and break glass ceilings in the workplace. According to the Pew Research Center, female CEOs at Fortune 500 companies reached a record 10.6% in 2023, and 29% of C-suite positions are held by women, which was a massive leap from the 15% recorded in 2017. This is fantastic news because it shows that women are trailblazing new opportunities for future female leaders and inspiring more diverse, inclusive, and welcoming workplaces. That being said, there are still lingering disparities between how women leaders are perceived and also how we are actually quantified as a good female leader. Dr. Deborah Tannen is a linguistics professor at Georgetown University, and in her book, You Don't Understand, Men and Women in Conversation, she argues that the characteristics of a good man and a good candidate are the same. But as a woman, you have to choose between being perceived as a good leader or as a good woman. If a man appears forceful, logical, direct, masterful, and powerful, he enhances his value as a man. But if a woman comes across as forceful, logical, direct, masterful, or powerful, she risks undercutting her value as a woman. Although this book was written in 1990 and conditions have vastly improved since then, the sentiment still resonates in intrapersonal relationships. A 2024 article from the Journal of Applied Psychology examined the effects of male versus female colleagues displaying pride in their work. One study found that, while competence ratings went up regardless of gender, women saw a significant decline in their warmth ratings. Another study was conducted outside of the workplace, and the principles still remained true. Men continued to see gains in their competence ratings, and women continued to see tolls in their warmth and sociability ratings. So based on these findings, women are operating in a workplace and society where male-associated traits are the exclusive definition of leadership, and women are losing out on opportunities because of it. In order to truly achieve gender equality, we need to alter our expectation of women in the workplace and our entire definition of leadership itself. While terms like compassionate and empathetic are often positive qualities associated with feminine leadership, they can be rather limiting and result in women being deemed bossy or out of line for exerting the same assertiveness as their male counterparts. In order to shift this perspective, we need to recognize double standards and actively call them out. Can you tell me what part of my speech was too aggressive? Why was that too passionate? As someone who has competed in speech, Model United Nations, and debate, I understand that pushing back against these stereotypes is really difficult without feeling like you are proving them correct at the same time. But nevertheless, it is important to make those calls, especially when there is a clear disparity in someone's perception of a man's work versus a woman's work, especially when it is of the exact same quality. Compassion and empathy are crucial to not only workplaces, but to society as a whole, and women should be valued for possessing those traits, but they can be detrimental if used to box women into a be seen but not heard mentality. In addition to rethinking our definition of women in leadership, we need to rethink our definition of leadership in the first place. Assertiveness, decisiveness, and force are traditional characteristics of leadership, but according to firms like Ernst & Young, compassion and empathy are being sought out by employers across the world because they are associated with increased revenue, morale, and workplace efficacy. Especially with the rise of AI, humans are searching for the things that make us human, including soft skills and intrapersonal relationships. Though considered traditionally feminine traits, compassion and empathy are traits at the forefront of global leadership. I had the honor of having Priya Alangavan as my mentor as I wrote this talk. She serves as the Director of Programs and Research at All In Together, an organization dedicated to supporting women and equipping them with the skills to lead change in their own communities. There are many organizations like Être, Ignite, and All In Together across the world where we as women can empower each other as we tackle those unwritten barriers and stereotypes. Ultimately, kindness does not equate to weakness. Pink is not automatically unprofessional, and women are not bossy for just owning positions of power confidently. Thank you.